Didn't live up to expectations, and now I'm afraid.
I'm gonna have Jordan tell you, Brell, a story that he told me that I was unable to contain my shit over. Um, but before I do that,
This
wow,
is the part we'll see. Jordan remembers the story.
you remember the story? Like you can't forget it. It wasn't that long ago. Actually, yeah, it was about like 3 months ago. uh, but before I do that, so Mark has like PlayStation Super Duper. I don't premium PlayStation Premium.
Yeah, so
Okay, so with that being said, he has access to a bunch of games, which means I have access to a bunch of games.
yeah, I saw you on that 22. I figured that's how you
Yes,
got it.
yeah,
I doubted. I definitely doubted you went out of your way
would have
to
bought
think.
it. But that's the thing,
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. But when I saw the season pass and what came with the season pass, I really did want it.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah. So you understand because you're an old man. You understand that sometimes a game just because of who's in it.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. I ain't gonna lie. Like because the fact that they had like it was like the Legends pack, like they had the icons like the thumbnail for the past had like all these like legends in it and Logan Paul, and I
Yeah.
was like, what the shit is
Yeah.
this?
Fuck
So
it.
He's WWE superstar now.
They just had to get his bitch ass in there some sort of way.
oh punkity
I will
McFuckity.
say, I do like the outfit that he wore at what was that, WrestleMania?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the yellow.
Was it the yellow? Yeah,
The
yeah,
yellow,
the yellow
black
guy.
and yellow, black
Yeah,
and yellow, black and yellow.
yeah, it was a nice outfit, but that's all he gets out of it.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of
So
speaking of this game,
hold on,
I
hold on,
like.
hold on. So like since the last time I played this, which was a couple of weeks ago, I'm talking to the audience at this point who doesn't exist. Last time I played this, I've downloaded all the DLC that came with it because I got the deluxe version. So this series will be relatively long, but there's a good chance that I'm not gonna platinum it on camera because platinum in a Lego game just means doing all the stuff. That's it. Like you don't need to see it, and it's not really complicated. It's not like speed running anything. It's just like figuring out where things are, getting them, and then being rewarded for it. But I will do all of the story related content. What is okay? So that oh no, it is the controller.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, because last night we were playing Stray, and I was having a hard time running forward. And turns and like I was like, what is going on? Like why can't I do my thing?
I, for one, am very excited.
And oh wait, I might have fixed it. Yeah, it seems like I fixed it. Never mind, we're all good. Yeah, because like it's like the up position on the stick wasn't doing its job.
Glorious overlords.
So with that being said, Mark has 2K20. I have 2K22. Mark wanted to do this thing where we basically do the entire. It's called the Year of Co-op. So basically, this year, 2023, the majority of the games we will be playing, at the very least, almost all the games that we do in the 12 o'clock slot will be co-op games, meaning the stuff we play together. Bloop. So that's how we ended up with games like Override 2, and that's mostly it that are on the system. I don't forget where I'm going. So I got 2K22 because he said it was on the thing. So I was like, okay, if it's there.
They just put that shit on like the other day.
Yeah, and I was like, well, since it's there and it's free effectively, I'll go ahead and get the DLC pack. So I dropped $20 on the DLC pack. Here's what's going on. Here's what's happening. My plan, I don't know exactly what all we can do in that game for...
Let me get 20, so I can go ahead and get that shit.
If I had it, I'll give it to you. Actually, it would be way easier if I could just let you fucking download it from my console, from my account. But here's the thing: I don't think that it's something that you can download. I think it's a license. because I bought it and I didn't have to download it. So what I think happened was, like it's already a part of the download.
How can
I was gonna say it's already a part of the game. You just unlocked it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I can think of a way to deal with this.
So here's the deal. I told Mark, like, I think the way we should do this is we should do like a career mode, because that's one of the other like quote unquote shows
That looks
I have
just
on my
like Crane
channel now.
Fitness.
It's versus mode, arcade, like versus mode, adventure mode, and career mode. Career mode is usually relegated to sports. And I was like, and I think what we should do is we should have Yabrel be a part of the 2K22 thing, because I can stream the gameplay to y'all, and so effectively, like I'm thinking like we create characters, because I'm almost positive we can't do like a co-op online career mode.
The lava really
So
together.
So what we do is like we do what y'all did all them years ago back with Rick Steve, and we create a career. We create a career. And how do you get down? Get down. So yeah, we just create a career, and like you basically get to watch, like you get to see what's going on, so that way you can like kind of like guide us as far as like managerial stuff and tell us where you want us to go and like what you think we should do. The only thing is like I haven't decided. Like I know like creating a character in 2K is an all day process.
Oh yeah.
And
Better
so,
believe it.
I think it notices. I think it knows what character you need. I think it knows what character you need based on where you are, and it seems like it'll like if you switch character. That's pretty fucking genius. I really like that. Instead of you having to go search for the character, it just acknowledges like, okay, you're close to a plant thing, so here's poison ivy. I really like that. Okay. So yeah. So I'll create a character at some point.
That is almost as beautiful as her real hair.
I'm still not 100% sure. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
That'll do. I'm gonna check these things anyway.
Okay.
Around, new best
So yeah.
friend.
So that's kind of the plan. I don't know what kind of character I'm gonna go for. There's a high chance that I'll make a female character. Like a real high chance I'll make a female character. But I don't know. Because I know for a fact it's going to be like a very involved thing. Anyway. So, like yeah, that's what's that's kind of the plan so far this year. Like there are games that Mark definitely wants to play. And we don't necessarily know. We just don't know what all we have at our disposal yet. Because I don't know if either of y'all saw the tweet yesterday, but I almost got like super in trouble on YouTube.
Nah, I don't be on Twitter.
Okay. So one of my videos, I wasn't close enough. One of my videos got flagged for hate speech.
Sounds about right.
Rightfully so.
In theory, well, that's not true, and I really need one of you motherfuckers to eat a dick. That be you, bro. Eat a dick. Like I ain't on no hate speech shit. I accept that people might not like what I'm saying, but that does not mean that it's hate speech.
Nothing escapes my arrow.
But
It's the opposite.
But the important bit isn't necessarily what the hell's going on? It was the video in question. It apparently was my the memorial stream that I did for William back in 2018. They flagged it for hate speech, and they said that it violates the, you know, it obviously it goes without saying that it violates the yada yada yada. And when I saw it, I was like, when I saw like the whole hate speech thing, I was like, a part of me buys into that. I was like, yeah, that's possible. Like, what the fuck did I say? And but then I saw what video it was, and I was like, no. I was like, I don't think that happened. So YouTube was like, you can't, like, the only person that can see the video is you. Like, we've deleted it from YouTube, yada yada yada. Like, you can't download it, you can't do anything, and on top of that, you can't. I couldn't basically do anything on YouTube for 2 weeks. Which means like none of my scheduled videos would go up. It was just a big clusterfuck of problems. So I was like, shit. So I decided to sit there and watch the video, like watch through the hour and 19-minute long stream to see what did I do in that video. Because I even told Fifth, like, I think like the only thing that I might have said throughout this whole thing was fuck drunk drivers, because there was nothing really to like rant about in that video, because I was there for a very specific purpose. And the idea that like drivers are protected citizens in America is nuts to me. So I was like, that can't be right.
Well, Bats has been busy playing as usual.
Jordan, for an hour and 20 minutes, I sat there and I listened to like the most gutter ass music that you could have, like, cause it was all just music that he would have liked. That's all it was. Like, it was just an hour stream of just listening to like Brick Squad, Lil Jon, like people like that. Like, that's all it was for about an hour, for a little over an hour. And I was like, yeah, I didn't say anything offensive until you get to the very, very end of the video. Have you ever heard "Banned" by David Banner?
No, I don't think so.
It stands for bitch ass niggas.
You don't need to tell me.
Oh, yeah.
Bitch ass nigga.
Bitch ass nigga.
Yeah. So at the end of that song, he said something along the line. He said something I can't repeat on that. Not wanting to get this video fucking get the channel flagged again, but he said something, and a part of me was like, I think this is what they flagged. And I was like, but that's not fair. It's not fair to flag me for this, because I played all of these songs from YouTube in the stream. So I'm getting flagged for something. I'm getting kicked off YouTube for something that I got from YouTube.
Right.
And I was like, well, that don't make a lick of sense. So like, I sent to the appeal, and I was like, yeah, literally, like, all I'm doing is just like, I'm not doing anything. And ultimately, like, what it comes down to, it was a robot. A robot looked at the stream, like a robot caught wind of it and was like, yeah, like, you can't do this. Like, these words aren't good. But I guess like a person saw it, and they were like, okay, yeah, our bad. And it's like, but we're gonna have to like age restrict this. So I was like, yeah, because I don't know when the last time you heard "Roll Call" by Lil Jon was. I don't think the N-word said in that song.
What are you waiting for? Get him!
How?
I mean, it's in the title. Real nigga roll.
Yeah. Throughout that song, and they were like, well, so like the rule for this is, anything with
Like that?
uh-oh. Okay, there we go. It was stuck. Like, I couldn't tap or whatever I was supposed to do. So like, they was like, yeah, we're gonna have to restrict this, like age restrict this, because it has, it's too vulgar basically. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. Like, none of these songs were songs for kids.
I'm sure there are.
I mean, it depends on the kid. But not to mention, the stream. Oh my gosh! Like, I was. So like, it was at like it. Like the fucking like, oh wow, that was quick. Yeah, like the video quality was doo. Like it was so bad you could barely read the chat on the side of the screen. It was watching. It was like trying to read through glasses with Vaseline on the lenses. Oh. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Please don't do that. Rare. Yeah. That's a good song.
Yeah, that beat's phenomenal.
John he knows how to make a banger. It's just, you know, people keep acting as if like, but it's not really rapping. He ain't really saying nothing. Yeah, and like it's not always about like that's what you got people like Common for. If you need lyrics all the time, you got Common, you got Q-Tip. You got sometimes I want to hear something loud and angry. Okay. Jordan, I need you to tell your bro about the guy that you and Mike was working with. Dude, his change because he didn't have a calculator.
You want another friend to play with?
Oh my gosh. I think that fool's still on Lloyd.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need you to hear this story. Like I need you to hear this. I have laughed at things in my life. So funny. I was baffled. Like I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. Get that to think. Because it sounded the story in retail. Like if you've never had to work with other human beings, it sounds like a fucking lie. Like it sounds
That's got a job. That's not supposed to be there.
Zero chance against us.
Yeah, lots of people.
But you that has a job really. Imagine Blue Streak, but real life.
movie
Yeah.
with Martin Lawrence. Okay.
Like a detective, and he really ain't supposed to be a detective. That shit.
We don't know what that is.
Just like that.
Oh, Brell knows what that is, I'm sure.
Oh, well, tell it to the people who might not be watching. Okay. Assuming that doesn't happen again, like we should be good to go. Okay, so dude took the 20, and that's where that's where it stopped. He
Yeah,
just took the 20.
that's exactly where it stopped. So, brother starts looking for that change.
As you do after you hand somebody a 20.
And old buddy still had the money on him, and it was his intentions of just fuck it. I guess I'll keep it, cause I couldn't give him his change back because I didn't have a calculator.
Now specifically, when I first heard this story, like as Mike was the one telling it, Mike said that he walked up to the dude like there was a commotion up front, more or less. And I'm just trying to I'm just giving it to y'all how I got it, so you understand why this story was like something I needed to hear again. Mike was like, yeah, so I have to go up there and ask the guy, like why did you give him his change? And this motherfucker just straight up said, I have a calculator. That was it.
He didn't have a calculator. Mind you, where we work, it isn't an old-timey place with vintage cash registers or anything like that. No. Everything is pretty up to date, you know, with the times and everything. So, you know, when you cash somebody out, if their order costs $30 and for some reason they pay with $100 bill, it's gonna tell you how much you need to give back right there on the screen. Not in little font, not in the little box that's to the left, all the way up to the right, or in the corner, or something like that, almost like a whisper, like an electronic whisper. No, it's in, you know, pretty bold letters. You know, the order was $30. He paid with $100. You owe the customer $50
this time around.
right there in your face. But yeah, this kid apparently needed a calculator because I guess the system just doesn't like him. It's like, fuck you, you figure it out. And so now this kid here, young kid,
until I'm ready.
wanted to, you know, kind of take, you know, it probably, like I said, it may or may not have been the first job, you know. So he was a little comfortable where he was at. He was a little comfortable being that stupid, and he was a little comfortable altering his work attire a little bit. Kid's a little too cool for school. What I mean by that, you know, he got the uniform on and shit.
Any intel?
He's also wearing rocking a hoodie with his hoodie up, and he has on shades, and he has on a beaded necklace around his neck. Look too cool for school, a little flashy, you know what I mean? You know, for a CSR, that's it's kind of a no-go. Now, to be this stupid, it's one thing to be this stupid, right? And not know you're that stupid. But it's another thing to be that stupid, not know you're that stupid, and try to justify that stupidity as if you were actually right. So when the guy who's in charge for the day, that being Mike, tells you that you were wrong about the things that you were doing, but you're trying to argue back, given that somebody like him specifically has pretty much a non-existent fuse for stupidity, meaning that conversation is gonna come to an end real quick, and he's gonna have to start verbally putting the foot up your ass. So as he tried to justify it ended up pissing Mike off. in front of the customer too. So Mike had to undress him in front of everybody. Because it was no longer a back and forth. It was me telling you now. And while I'm telling you why you were wrong in this situation, I'm also going to tell you to take off those stupid sunglasses. Take your hood off and take that damn necklace from around your neck. And I watched this kid undress in front of everybody, and I walked away. It's so embarrassing. And yeah, this kid, woo. Now, the part that I feel that you all listeners are going to consider me an asshole because I've called him an idiot. I think I called him a retard. I called him flat out stupid. Here's the part where I'm an asshole. I've said those things, but I actually think he's a little mentally handicapped.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Go ahead, bring it in. But you do that and you still call them a retard? Fuck you, you retard. Give a shit. So, yeah, I feel like there's something actually mentally wrong with that kid. Because that wasn't the only incident where he just gives shit away. Because I mentioned that before, he just gives shit away. Give the wrong orders to customers. Not even 100%. Not even 100% knowing that whether or not they paid for it beforehand or not. Won't even check. Can you imagine going home but somebody else's shit that you paid for?
Especially if their order is worth less than yours.
I know. But yeah, I think he's still in existence, and I think he only works the morning shift.
Wait, actually, that did happen to me once, and it was Longhorn. I ordered some wings from Longhorn because I was really in the mood for wings, and I went and picked it up because I ordered it to go. And Longhorn actually makes really good wings. And so I got the bag and everything. And because I'm fat, I went to McDonald's next door. And I'm sitting in the line at McDonald's. All I was getting were some pies. And I like start feeling around in the bag. And I'm just like, oh, well, that's not right. and I pull it out, and it's a
burger in there.
No, it was chicken parmesan, and I was like, oh. Normally, I would look at it and be like, oh, this is probably way more than what I paid for, but I really wanted some wings, so I called them back, and I was like, hey, y'all gave me the wrong order. I'm like right. They were like, okay, well, do you want to come back tomorrow, or we can refund it? And I was like, no, I'm next door. I'll be right back. And so they have to go about recooking my order because they also gave my order to the wrong person.
Oh my god!
And they bring the food out, and I was like, look, I don't know what y'all want to do with this. And she just goes, well, we can't take it back because it's been in your car, so you can keep it. And I was like, all right, I'll see y'all later.
Right.
I ain't even let y'all change y'all mind on that one.
So I got my wings that night, and I had chicken parmesan the next day.
Did they at least ask to see it?
No.
Oh, so you could
like whoever screwed up knew they screwed up and was like, oh, oops.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to really, you could have lied about that whole thing and had a couple hot pockets in that bag.
Yeah! I wonder how often that happens. Because there's got to be people who know that works. Like, they go up there, order an order, and they know that, like, you know, if I just tell them it's wrong and it's late, they probably ain't gonna care, and they'll either refund me or like give me the order again, and you know, be like, well, you can just keep the other one or throw it away. Because any restaurant, and you might think to yourself, well, that's kind of fucked up. Like, you know, why would you take advantage of people like that? Because because companies are overcharging for everything. So what I'm saying is, like, if you're a company who's like, well, if you say the order is wrong, you have to bring it back and we have to throw it out. You're a fucking bad company.
Hey, looking at you, Otis and Henry.
That's how Like the policy on that is so fucking stupid. Because
look, I've been on the other side of that too. Like it was, and there was one recently. This lady. So we have an online system. We do not take orders over the phone. Um, because what if you don't show up and we made your food? You know. So the only way to order takeout is to either order it online or come in and order it. We also do not take cash. It's a card. It's card only. So there's somebody who ordered online, and she ordered an extra soup with her order. Now, I did not pack this lady's order, and so when I was standing in the expo window and I see that there's like an extra soup sitting in the window, I'm like searching tickets, like trying to find out like where the soup goes because I don't see any more takeout orders. Get a phone call, and she's like, "Hi, I had a takeout order and there was an extra soup on it, and we didn't get the extra soup." And I was like, "Okay, well that's where the soup came from." And she goes, "Okay, so what do we do about that?" And I was like, "Well, do you want to come back and get it?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Okay, well then I can just take it off of the order." And I saw that she had some other extra stuff, and I was like, "But did you get everything else with your order?" And she's like, "Yeah, everything's here except for this $6 soup." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna take this $6 soup off of your order." And then she went, "Okay, well, can I take the gratuity off too?" And I just went, "No."
no.
And she's like, "Oh, so you can't?" And I was like, "Nope, but I will take the soup off of your order." And she was like, "Oh, okay."
It was like the soup was that important, but the soup was important enough for you to want to take the tip back, but it wasn't enough for you to come get it.
I mean, the fact that I was completely uncombative and just was immediately like, "Okay, I'll take it off your order." She should have been cool because she got the rest of what she paid for, and eventually she wasn't going to have paid for that soup.
Yeah. All right, look, I got to
Now
end
there
this up.
was one time I did. There was one time I did get combative. When I actually did screw it up. I left one thing out of a bag, and somebody, the person that had it, their order was like $200. We had to pack 6 bags worth of stuff for them, and so I noticed that the thing was left out of the bag, but they had already like come and picked it up, so it was too late for me to fix it. So this lady calls, and I didn't answer the phone that time. My coworker did, and he was on the phone with her for like 5 minutes. And he comes back in, and he's like, "Yeah, so this lady said she's missing this and this and this and this and this." And I looked at him and I just went, "Nah," because I packed that order myself. I see the one thing that I did forget, but I know for a fact that she had the rest of the stuff. And if she calls back, then I will talk to her. And she did call back. And I was like, "Yeah, so I found the thing that you were missing, and I'm gonna remove that. But you should have had the other stuff." And then she goes, "Oh yeah, we found that." And I was like, "Yeah, I thought you would because I put it in there myself." And yet this place still has not fired me. I try.
All right, and there you go, ladies and
Stole the
gentlemen.
money at the register.
Yes, of course he did.
We don't have a register.
It's all digital. He just said that. Oh my knees. All right, we're gonna end this episode because like it's over. Because there's nothing else to say. I've been standing around for like 5 minutes listening to him talk, and so have you. So get out.
Okay, well that was pleasant.